to put my medal on. Whose blood to spill, I don't know. Whose side I'm on. Two armies are coming at me. Their flags and weapons look the same. One tells the truth, the other's lying. And they're both calling my name. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made. Ooh, no one ever starts that way. But this is how villains are made. Time to put my medal on. Whose neck to cut, I don't know. Whose side I'm on. There lies my sanity. There goes my mind, I could not save. I don't trust what I see right in front of me. I don't know who to betray. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made. So easily we're persuaded.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend. She's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
All right. I think I got this. Nope. I don't. I don't have it. There we go. Now
You are so gay.
Sorry, I'm trying new shit, dude. I'm trying new shit. So welcome to another episode of NewsBrief. Today is September.
It's a blank screen, you fucking knuckle nuts.
Wait, it's not blank.
It's blank on my fucking screen.
Completely fucking blank right now, you know.
Wait, what's
It's
blank?
It's a black screen. Dude, there's nothing. We are not on the screen.
You guys are on the screen. Can you
No, we're not.
I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm looking at it too. I'm gonna take a picture of it and
Patty.
text it to you right now. You fucking knuckle fuck.
Patty.
I'm with Rob on this one.
Patty, your audio's not coming through. Your thing's muted.
All I can see is the ticker on the bottom, and the rest of the screen is black.
Okay. How about now?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look. We were right. Oh. Oh.
No, I just got a text
How do you like
message.
that?
Everything's fine. They just told me it's fine.
They're lying to you. That's what
I
your
just
friends
sent
do.
the text message to the fucking thing, dude. Look, that's what we were seeing.
Because you're looking at you were looking at the studio screen.
No, I wasn't. That's the whole. Listen, shut the fuck up.
Look at that quote. That's all.
All right,
It's
can I
already
start with this
amazing.
fucking intro?
No.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Welcome to another episode of NewsBrief. Today is September 4th. It is 12:13 p.m. and we got a shit ton of news on the platter because we've been off for 2 days because these people are lazy. The three gentlemen at my left and at the bottom never want to do this. They hate it. They hate their jobs.
I mean, at this point, guys, it's 3-on-1. Let's just fuck.
Yeah. We're just gonna fight. Yeah. Just fucking. I'm calling mutual.
Wait,
Up
the
county
three
jail
straight guys
bathroom,
on Barry?
stomp out.
I'm calling mutuals right now. I'm gonna stomp your little midget ass.
Hey, look at this. Look, this is a constant right here by Reno.
Listen, shut up, Reno. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Always the
This one has nothing to do with me.
It did in the beginning.
We're gonna call you
The
the
fucking
common
spick can't
denominator.
read fucking English.
Usually I go in and I ask you guys how you're doing and I ask you guys to present yourself. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
no.
Fuck.
What's the point?
So
I don't have a bit for today either. So no point.
you don't have a bit for any day.
Patty's just proven what we already know about him. He's fucking useless.
All right, so let's start with this story because there's a little bit of controversy going around, even on right-wing circles about this, which proves my point further that we're not a cult.
We're not a cult.
Patty.
We're not a cult.
Yes.
So there is, and actually, I would love to get Patty's take on it. So after I present it, we'll hand it over to Patty on this bombing of the narco terrorist drug boats that are crossing over from Venezuela over the Dominican Republic and then eventually to the United States. Because I think that's how their path goes. I think me and Barry have a little bit of insight on drug boats. Not because we're smugglers, but
because you were born in one.
I was about to say he came over on one.
wow,
Patty beat me to it. Good one, Patty.
wow.
Yeah, beat me to it. Smuggled your little baby, your infant ass in a fucking big.
It really
Most
goes
people smuggle drugs
Coke.
in their ass.
Yeah.
They smuggled Enrique's ass in drugs.
It goes to show you how great this country is that people make garbage boats to come over to it.
They're not garbage boats, and I'll get into that in a
No,
second.
it's a 55 Chevy that's all rusted out with fucking balloons where the tires go, and they're fucking right there doing this.
So the Warboy Studios has gained exclusive footage
I thought this was my story, you fucking knuckle fuck.
from but
You can't say that anymore. It's
I'm
old.
saying the Warboy Studios has gained exclusive footage from inside the Situation Room while this was happening live.
Yes.
And we're about to play it here for you for the first time. You've never seen it anywhere. And here it goes.
Pays to have permission.
He took my whole bit, you son of a bitch.
Let's play that again. That's too good. Whoever made that needs to get a fucking
You're
congressional.
a low hanging fruit, Rob. That stuff is down there, man.
All right, Rob, I'll give it to you, but I want to hear Patty's take on drone bombing. I think it was a drone bombing narco terrorist
We need more of this.
drug boats.
I'm all for it.
You're with it?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I could care. Rob is only horrible at some video games, Reno. This video game I would excel at. I would be exceedingly good at this video game.
Require you to hook up audio to this video game. Just an audio-free video game.
Yeah, it's getting old, Barry. It's getting old.
You're telling me. You're telling us. You're telling us, buddy. Yeah.
Also, members,
Nice gaslighting there.
You know what? If we can blow them up like that and stop them before they get into the country with the fucking fentanyl, I'm all for it, man.
well, I don't think in this case it was fentanyl. I think in this
Who
case,
cares?
It was probably cocaine. But
It's Maduro's money.
regardless of the fact,
Yeah.
why do you think this is a good idea, Rob?
Because if that's the way to fucking stop Trendiagua and fucking narco terrorists from getting in this country and killing American citizens with fucking drugs, and most of the time though, it is fentanyl. They're the ones that are trafficking fentanyl, and they're getting it from China.
Well, this specific boat was coming off the coast of Venezuela.
So that would be cocaine then. See, I don't know any of this stuff because I'm not a spick.
So the Mexicans, just to some insight on this too. You know, I'm sure that they traffic fentanyl. I won't dispute that. I think they'll traffic whatever makes money, because at the end of the day, it's about money. It's not really about drugs. But for other countries like China, it isn't about money. You know,
No,
So
China wants to see us destroyed.
That's
That's
why
by 1,000
Mexico. That's why the Chinese export to Mexico the active ingredients in fentanyl in order to cross the border. I wouldn't put it past Venezuela doing the same thing, but usually these boats are carrying cocaine. So, Patty, what's your take on the drone bombing of in international waters?
I don't have a problem with it in principle. The only thing that I would say is that I worry a little bit about the execution of it, because we've had some pretty bad history with, drones in Afghanistan and shit like that, bombing the wrong people and hitting things that we shouldn't be hitting. I think it's less likely to happen in international waters because there's not going to be collateral damage. So generally speaking, I'm all right with it. I don't have a problem with it. I think that we really need to work on stopping the demand for those kind of drugs in this country. And the way to do that is to stop fucking prescribing fentanyl for everybody who's got a backache, and making addicts out of people who otherwise wouldn't be.
I'm in the process of dropping a bomb right now.
I'm
actually surprised.
You have
I'm
a
actually surprised.
digestive problem?
I'm surprised by your position, Patty.
I don't know why you would be.
not.
I mean, I'm not in favor of letting drugs into the country and whatnot. I think that, look, these guys who are doing this understand that they're taking their lives into their own hands. They're hardcore, drug dealers and cartel members. Crime
Into the scum of the earth.
Some of them get blown up. I don't care about that. And if they're in international waters, technically they don't have any kind of constitutional right to shit. So I don't have a problem with it. I want the military to be a little fucking careful with it, because we've seen disasters happen. But again, you're less likely to have collateral damage in the fucking Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it, or the Atlantic Ocean than you are in a village in Afghanistan. So the risk is probably pretty low.
Okay. Barry?
I mean, everyone I think touched on it. Is obviously this is a subject that we can all agree in some way, shape, or form. As you know, Enrique, one of the core tenets of our fraternity is we're anti-drug war. We think it's a failed philosophy. We think the taxpayers and the American people and the Mexican people have suffered because of Reagan's drug war. It's one of the things I do not give Reagan credit for, although there was other bad actors in it as well. But I digress. The drug war is a joke. However, it doesn't change the fact that it is going on, fought, in my opinion, for all the wrong reasons. But we have a president finally in office with the testicular fortitude to honor the first word in the drug war. And, that's getting the war done. And that's what we saw. I am with Patty, though. I think that there is a stigmata from the past of of mistakes that were made with drone strikes. And it doesn't matter who did it. It doesn't matter because everyone worked to cover it up and pretend like it didn't happen. And I do think that's a real concern that we should be focused on. But I'm very happy to see that Daddy's home.
Well, Barry, just to clear that up, stigmata is when you manifest the wounds of Jesus Christ on your body. A stigma is what you were looking for there.
Fair enough. Well,
it was a movie
I got
with
a stigmata in my eye, guy.
Gabriel
I got a
Byrne.
stigmata in my eye.
I need some chronic to get rid of the stigmata in my eye. But okay,
I need more gas in my profane tank and shit.
I mean, it's just more proof that whether it's grammar or actual Nazis, Democrats are them.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you my take on it. I think this is a great idea, and I think that they should
Let's fucking go.
continue to do so. And I think that they should live stream it with like about a 2-hour delay. So the drug war has failed, right? And usually we say that, and the core tenets of the Proud Boys has ending the drug war. But I don't think that this is what they meant by it. The drug war within the United States is where the failure has come because it's imprisoned and robbed people of their liberty for wanting to do, whatever they want to do. Fentanyl is another thing because the problem with fentanyl that we have is that you go buy, like these people go buy like cocaine or meth or whatever. And then
Weed.
there's traces, and in weed in some cases, there's trace amounts of fentanyl in it that make it deadly. So you didn't go buy fentanyl. Like if you go and you decide, well, I want to buy some fentanyl and you croak, well, whatever, it's your fault.
I got a good way to pay the debt down.
But here's
No, I'm serious.
Here's where the situation is, and the reason why I said me and Barry are a little bit knowledgeable in it. We spent some time at FTC Miami, right? Most of these boats obviously operate off the Gulf
Of America.
the Gulf of America, and they operate usually their trajectory. Because if you see in the video, and I'm gonna play it again, but on the right side is obviously the serious side of the video. And I'll pause it for a second there. So
Boom.
you'll see that these boats, let me rewind a little bit so we could actually see the boat. So basically what they're doing with these boats is it's pretty much a big fucking John boat with 4 motors in it, right? It's efficient, it's fast, it can carry weight, and it's easily piloted. So they usually go from the coast of Venezuela. They have enough fuel to get from the coast of Venezuela all the way to the Dominican Republic. And then from the Dominican Republic, there's another process that goes into the United States. So physically, this boat, or most of those, actually all those boats that leave Venezuela do not have enough fuel to make it all the way to the coast of the United States. So the reason why I think it's a great idea to start bombing them is because these people that we were in prison with, right, in FTC Miami, because that's where they take them, that's where the Coast Guard takes them. They are usually just like underpaid like servants for those cartels and those narco terrorists. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, I don't know. That part I haven't looked into, but it doesn't matter if it is or it isn't. Imagine being a captain, right, on one of these boats, right? Because you get more time if you're the captain. There's also crew members in there, but you get more time for being a captain. Now imagine the cartel tells you, okay, well, you need to load up and you need to go tomorrow. And you're seeing this on TV play out, and now that there's a risk, right? It's more of a preventative measure. Now there's a risk of getting blown into pink mist. So you're going to decide, fuck that, I'm not doing this. And that in itself is the right drug war to fight. And it's a just war. We've had a lot of people in the United States that have died from overdoses. And you're never going to stop the drugs from coming in, but you could certainly slow them down. On the negative effect, for some cocaine users, the cost of the brick just went up.
You know,
Fucking,
real
this is
quick,
the world's smallest violin playing "My Heart Bleeds" fucking piss for you.
real quick though. Another perspective is on this. When I was in FDC Miami, like I was in Broward with him first, and we got transferred to FDC Miami together. He was a little Bahamian kid named Ronnie. He was from the Bahamas. He was 23 years old. He already had 2 sons, and he lived in a 55-foot truck container in the middle of some swamp island in the Bahamas. And he told me, he's like, look, you know, him and I, we actually end up going to FCI Miami together and sentenced together. And he said, like, look, this is all I know. I have no other reason. I have no other forms of money. And he did mainly humans with some kilos sometimes. But nonetheless, as he was saying, when I get back and I serve my 5 years, I'm going to have no choice but to go back into this to take care of my kids. And I think it goes back to what Patty said very appropriately, is that we're the drug war, and always how we fought it was the symptoms, never the real issue, never getting people off the drugs and working on the core issues, what causes addiction. But, you know, here was this Bahamian kid that was guaranteed to serve his 5 years and go right back to doing the same thing again.
Yeah, and I could attest to that. Most of the captains that, and usually they give them about 6 to 7 years. That's like the range. They give them 6 to 7 years, and like I talk to them, and they're like, "No, I'm going right back into it when I get back." You know, they're like, "It's hard to be caught," you know, because they send so many of these boats out. You know, this was small fry. Like in the scope of things of Venezuela, this little industry of boating, all the way from Venezuela to the Dominican Republic. This is just one boat out of thousands that fucking leave on a weekly basis.
Do you guys think this has anything to do with more Maduro than just the cartels?
It's also definitely has to do with Maduro. It definitely has to do with, and this is I said this on a podcast the other day. This is a foreign policy solution to a domestic issue that we have here in the United States, right? That's so, right. We need to stop the influx of these drugs coming into the United States. And it's also a multifaceted solution that should be taken. But go ahead, Rob.
So from personal experience of an ex of mine, she had surgery when she was 16 years old on her spine, and they were giving her perk 30s at 16 years old. And she was eating like 4 or 5 of these things a day just to be able to walk after the surgery. And at one point they said, "Oh, no more." And they said, "Take Tylenol." And obviously, you know, that's not going to fucking work after you've been on perk 30s for fucking 2 years. And so she started doing heroin. And I remember her saying to me one time, she goes, "Rob, at one point it was brown, and then all of a sudden it turned white, and then everything, the whole world stopped." Like, meaning that, you know, the entire like community of heroin users are now using fentanyl, and it's 10 times more addictive than heroin ever was. So we're talking this starts at the pharmaceutical and the doctor level. They're turning these people into drug addicts. And then when they try to shut them off, they go to the streets looking for it.
I had surgery like 3 years ago to take a benign tumor off my finger, right? And it was like a 20-minute surgery, 20-minute procedure, and they prescribed me like 20 oxys, and I was like, what the fuck do I need with that? I took some Tylenol, and that's all I needed. I threw the fucking the script out. I never even filled it, because I'm like, this is bullshit. And when I went back in for the post-op like 2 weeks later to have it looked at, I asked the doc, I was like, dude, why the fuck would you prescribe, 20 oxys for a fucking what amounts to a minor nick on my fucking pinky finger? And he just looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, never mind. And
dude, when I was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago for the fucking kidney stone, they shot me up with fentanyl. They told me they did after. I looked at him. I said, "What the fuck?"
Did you feel
nice
good?
Nice of you to warn me afterward. That's awesome.
Yeah, they told me after. I said, "All right, what'd you give me?" They said, "Oh, fentanyl," and I was like,
"Well,
what?" I should have a choice. I should have a fucking choice of what you're giving me.
My body, my choice.
Hold on, there's a clinical use for fentanyl.
Yeah, there is medical grade fentanyl.
And it's and it works. Right at the end of the day,
it does. It does. So, it took all the fucking pain away, dude. I didn't feel shit after that.
In my case, right, I had spinal surgery back in 2015. I had spinal surgery back in 2015, and they obviously I went under. I woke up. and the first couple days I took Oxy, right? And then they gave me Tramadol. Well, not that I took it; they gave me it. The first day that I got back home, I took it. I felt like shit and never took it again. You know, I'd rather go through the pain than fucking start taking fucking meds. I had a personal friend of mine, a brother of mine, fucking relapse and he passed away. Matt Piazza passed away because of not fentanyl, because of overdose on prescription meds, because he had a burn situation. But regardless of the fact, Barry, how many people did you see anybody die while you were in prison of fentanyl laced K2?
Yeah, twice, both at FCI Miami, one at FDC Miami. The second one was at FCI Miami, and it was pretty peculiar because, and I was told this going through the pretrial process when I was speaking with other inmates, where they would say that, we met a guy in Lewisburg who was in there because he was selling fentanyl, it killed somebody, and they charged him with the body. But then he told me that because that came up and that once the neighborhood found out that he had stuff that killed somebody, all the junkies wanted that stuff. They were coming to him because they found out. And when he told me that, I didn't believe it really, or didn't really take it seriously. But when I was in FCI Miami and the dude died from fentanyl laced K2, all the people in the prison that did that stuff were trying to seek out the same stuff that killed that guy.
Yeah,
it was insane.
That was normal. They're like, yo, that shit's good.
Yeah, because it killed the guy. That's what they judge it on. Its greatness. I know it's phenomenal.
Yeah, if you look back at The Wire when that show was on, they would call they would call heroin or whatever they were selling. Like one of them was, they would change the name up, but we got that WMD because it will mass destruct your ass. Like, and people, like, the crazier name they came up with, the more people wanted to buy it. They called it Bin Laden for a little while, and this isn't like in 2002. So it's kind of like they're calling the drug Bin Laden. Oh, it'll fuck you up. Like, it's crazy how that goes, man. It's a really bizarre marketing campaign, but it works.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm fixing something in studio mode.
And I do think that, Patty, you touched on the issue, and that's we have a lot of aggravating factors that bring addiction. A lot of fixable aggravating factors that bring addiction in our culture that we should be addressing first, because without the demand, the supply doesn't really. The supplier is useless, and we have a serious demand for that in the country.
Is K2 ketamine?
No, it is a. It started off as the chemical they spray on that legal Mr. Nice Guy shit. You remember then that was going around? That little potpourri. It's like, it was the first legal weed. It was like this potpourri shit called Mr. Nice Guy in the stores, and they sprayed this chemical on it.
Is it kratom?
No, it's none of that. It's a synthetic fucking just garbage Chinese-made chemical. Well, these idiots found a way to get a hold of the whole bottle of this shit, and when they can't get it, they use roach spray, and they make it, and they smoke this shit. And it's really bad. It's a derivative off. Remember that whole Flocka thing that was going down primarily where I'm living, Fort Lauderdale, Florida?
No.
It's some bath salts. Remember bath salts? They got the zombie guy that ate the fucking dude's face off down here. It's basically that shit. It's the same exact chemical structure. Maybe the molecules moved a little bit to look and resemble something differently. Same compound theory there.
Jeez,
changing molecules and then wondering what the fuck they're going to do to you. Great.
I know it's not funny, but I used to laugh about the bath salts thing like nobody's fucking business. Like
that happened.
It's funny.
That main situation happened just a couple blocks from my house where the homeless guy ate somebody's face off.
Yep.
No, it was a normal dude that smoked the shit that ate a homeless guy's face off.
Oh, it was some shit.
If you're gonna eat, if I'm gonna eat any face, I'm gonna
it's definitely not gonna be a homeless guy. Yeah.
One, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like probably like your girl conservative Penn, I'd eat her face right off her head if I was ever gonna go full zombie.
Oh, there's so many things on her that I'm gonna eat.
You made it weird.
Well, yeah, that did make it weird. I like it, but I'm not gonna eat a homeless dude's face. Can you imagine all the blackheads and shit that guy had to chew up? Like, oh my god,
it's like seasoning. It's like mushrooms when you add mushrooms.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I lick pussy like a retard on bath salts.
I'd like to eat George Clooney's face right off his fucking body.
In my unit,
new.
There's multiple times I could tell you more than 10 instances where I've been in the
George
prison
Clooney?
where somebody
What?
dies from their excess use of fentanyl and excess use of K2 laced fentanyl laced K2. And in my unit, one night there was 4 people that died that
my
night.
God.
You know, they bought it right before they locked in. They all smoked it.
Smuggled it in their prison wallet.
Yeah, and they all went ahead and in separate cells, and 4 deaths in one night. If you want to keep drone bombing fucking narco terrorists, by all means, I honestly think that I don't give a fuck. I think that we should fucking drone bomb Mexican drug cartels in Mexico.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
That should be a thing. And again, it should be a thing where where they promote it, where they live stream it, where they put it up and they show the public.
I have one other
show
thing
those
to
cartels
say when you're done.
what they're going to do. Go ahead, Rob.
So I have a way that we could trim down the national debt using this exact scenario. At once a month, every month, you can buy into a lottery, $100 a fucking slot. You can spend as much as you want. And at the end of the month, somebody in that lottery gets drawn to be able to pick up a remote and drop it on a boat.
I'm in.
This
Take
is
my money.
exactly what I was talking about.
I'll put it on credit.
Earlier.
But I'm being dead serious. I mean, think about how much money the United States government would make from people like me and you and Barry wanting the opportunity to drop a fucking bomb on a narco's boat.
Can we pay in Proudcoin?
Reno's a piece of shit. Reno's a piece of shit, dude. I'm gonna ban you out of the chat, man.
That was Joe, right?
No, that was
Enrique.
me. That was me that fucking
Fucked your shit up.
yeah. I crashed a fucking basically a $2,000 drone at 70 miles per hour against the wall. Unfixable. I'm currently working on fixing it. As a matter of fact, I might because of the budget, it's cheaper to fly to California to buy DJI products than fucking buy them online or locally.
Yeah, well, that's your fucking dad's fault. So,
Because look, they're smugglers. Speaking of smugglers, they're smuggling in DJI products.
Because the tariffs are so fucking high.
Because the tariffs are so high.
Dude, these people don't seem to understand. I bought my fucking Osmo, the camera I'm using right now. I paid $669 for it. What did you pay for yours when you went to the No Kings? $1,200?
$1,200.
Yeah, double.
I paid $520 in January 2024, right? $520 for the base, right? And the base now is $799.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the creator combo there with the extra battery and shit, and it was.
I ended up adding all that stuff on after because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. But yeah, $599 or $520 for the base and $799 for the base now.
So the drones go
if you can get
beyond-
them.
The drones go beyond tariffs, right? The drones themselves by DJI go beyond the tariffs because there's also a ban, a shipping ban on them because the Chinese are
Shipping them.
supplying them to the Russians for their FPV fucking suicide drones. Which makes it harder for fucking people that want to buy fucking FPV shit down here because DJI is superior when it comes to their FPV drones, their avionics, and their transmit video.
Do we have any American drone companies that make anything worth a shit?
Not really.
No.
Not
And you know
really.
what? I made this point on my pod like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I got some smart ass on Twitter telling me that I'm wrong because, maybe, we don't need to be buying those electronic toys that you guys can afford to buy and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, right now it's affecting drones and higher end stuff, but it's electronics, man. Every
In general,
thing in your house is electronic. Shit, half of our fucking clothing has electronic fucking nonsense in it now. Like you think that it's not going to affect you. I'm sorry, it may be not affecting you today, but wait, come Christmas time when people are buying Christmas gifts. We'll see how many people start to squawk about this.
Patty, that picture I sent you of the telephoto lens I have, it's a company called Tamron. It was like $1,300 when I bought it. That thing's like $2,600 fucking dollars right now.
I know, and the whole purpose of companies like Tamron is that they're Chinese companies that make the equivalent of, because they never invent anything on their own. They just rip our shit off.
Yeah.
But they take a Sony or a Nikon lens or a Canon lens, and they make the equivalent of it just out of plastic parts, and it's cheaper. But in some cases, I mean, I have bought
They make good
lenses
shit.
from that company because they occasionally make something that like justifies paying a lot less for. But now them shits are fucking crazy, and you end up buying a Sony lens, which is also not made in America, right?
Yeah, but that's Japan. We're cool with them.
Yeah.
Well, we still got
Are
we still got tariffs on Japan and
yeah,
the
I know.
Koreas.
So I mean, but those are kicking in recently. The Chinese stuff kicked in a while ago. What we're basically just doing is making products that we all want to buy unaffordable for fucking
For
normal.
everybody, pretty much,
And
except
it's
for
not
billionaires.
it's not addressing a fucking problem. You know
Well,
what I mean? It's
let
really
me
just not.
let me tell you like this. Like in Florida, we're gonna have on the ballot the removal of all property taxes, and then that just leaves sales tax. You know, would you be willing to live in a world without taxes and just pure?
Well, the
tariff?
problem is you have to raise sales taxes so much that it's regressive, right? And the reason it's regressive, right? If the Republicans or hard right Republicans for 40 years have been trying to do this, right? The idea is you eliminate the income tax and you institute like what they have in Europe is a VAT. We would call it like a sales tax, right? A national sales tax. So you would have to put like who is that crazy bastard who's dead now? The I forget his name. God damn it. The dude
Hulk
who ran for
Hogan?
president in 2012 with the 999. Herman Cain.
Herman
fucking
Cain.
Cain.
Oh my God,
Died of,
Herman Cain.
died of COVID right after he went to a
999.
Trump rally. But anyway, 999 Herman Cain, the dead guy. He fucking was talking about having this national sales tax, and the idea is that you would really have to put like a 20% tax on everything you buy, right? And the problem with that is that people like in our income bracket, right, working class people, right, we have to spend almost all of our income to live, right? We can't afford to save as much money as very rich people do. Very rich people don't spend anywhere near the amount of money they make, but poor people have to, right? In some cases, poor people, most cases, very poor people have to spend more than they even make and put themselves in debt. So if you have to pay taxes on everything you consume, it's going to hurt poor people and working class people and not even touch rich people, right? So it's a regressive tax. It's the opposite of a
So you
progressive
get rich.
So
Quit your bitching and get rich.
Get
So
rich.
wait,
Well,
but
you know
that
what? You
doesn't-
get rich. Motherfucker.
that
I don't
doesn't-
think that's going to happen.
But that
Let's
doesn't.
just fix the audio problems first. Let's start small, guys.
So,
Ding, well played,
Zing.
Barry.
wait a sec. You don't address my what I proposed. Would you do away with all taxes
Yes.
and just have a tariff based system?
No, because that's what produced the Gilded Age, right? Where we had such a massive gap. There was only rich people and only poor people, and there was no middle class. If you look back into there's a TV show on HBO now called The Gilded Age, right? And it's about the 1880s in America, and everybody who wasn't rich was dirt fucking poor. And as someone like, I mean, this is kind of off, but I play vintage baseball and I've played for the last 20 years, and we played the era of the 1880s. With the equipment and all that stuff, and so I've done a lot of
So
research
this
on the
is like
1880s.
I'm sorry, this is like Dungeons and Dragons for baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like Civil
exactly.
War reenactment. It's like Civil
Got it.
War reenactment for baseball.
And
Except
Patty's coach is like, "There's no crying in baseball."
That's right. So I am the coach, motherfucker. Anyway,
Yeah.
the point is that I've done a bunch of research on the 1880s, the culture and what we did and how we talked and how we dressed and the economy and all that stuff in the 1880s. I'm fairly knowledgeable about this. And I can tell you there was no such thing as even approaching a middle class. People like all of us here did not exist. We were either servants or you were fucking.
So you're
slaves.
saying that
That's what we would end up
income
doing.
income tax created the middle class.
I'm saying, well, partly it did, but mostly unions and unionization created the middle class, is what created the middle class, and that's just incontrovertible, right? But if we went back to just a tariff-based system, we would not be able to afford shit. Like people like us who make middle income or high end middle income or even low end, we wouldn't be able to afford any of this shit, right? We'd all be living a drastically different life. So if you want to try that out, like. It's a bad fucking idea. But Trump clearly does want to try that out. And why? Because he comes from a fucking rich family who put a silver spoon in his mouth and gave him $400 million when his piece of shit father finally croaked. And again, I hope that Trump croaks of natural causes in the next several days.
Oh, we're at 1,000 people.
No,
we
we
said
agreed it's
1,500.
2,000 now.
2,000.
No, 15.
Yeah, we didn't
was
go
it
that.
15?
We didn't go
that far.
Yeah, it was
I
15.
think there's a
15 then.
distinction that we're kind
We'll
of
be there
missing
in
here.
5 minutes.
There's a distinction here we're kind of missing with this. To answer your question, Enrique, I do not think that leaving the tax system, which fuck taxes, okay, but at the same time, Patty is right in the sense that income tax and the Industrial Revolution, more so than the unions, created the middle class. But the nonetheless, Trump is using tariffs as a tool to get us out of a system that both Republicans and Democrats have got us into over the last 100 years of ruining our economy by giving favor to other nations over Americans. Trump is using tariffs as a tool. I do not think that's a replacement of taxes, although I think tax system does need to be completely redressed. I just wouldn't want to give up one thing and go to another without knowing what the fuck we're getting into. Trump is not getting on a tariff system. He's using tariffs as a tool. Huge difference.
Yeah,
He's doing it really well.
We have a representative bringing that to the floor here in New Hampshire too, and that means we will be completely tax free.
Okay, so because we're at the 40-minute mark, and the next subject I think is a little bit more. There's 3 subjects in one, and we're going to talk about the happenings at the Capitol in Congress currently, because there's a lot of news. There's one, the January 6th committee head by Representative Loudermilk. 2, we have that presser by Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene yesterday, and then there was another thing. What was the third? Okay, let's start.
You wrote it down.
Let's start with I just wrote Congress on there. So let's start with the latest news, which was that presser with Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I didn't get a chance to take a look at it. All I've seen is people's commentary, one way or another. So we'll start with you, Barry.
I'm the same way. Only last night did I start seeing that people were outraged that MTG and Massey were standing there in front of some anti-Trump rally with a bunch of Dems, and in the background was, the whole new narrative that Trump is a pedo, the new thing the Dems are trying out, failing miserably again. But that I don't really understand it. I don't know why she was there. So I
can explain it to you because I watched the whole
I
thing.
don't trust you to do that in an unbiased way, Patty. Call me crazy, but for some reason I'm going to hear Trump is orange and bad. The end.
No,
but go ahead.
You know damn well that's not what I do. I just hope he dies in the next couple of days of natural causes. But the point here is that yesterday, you want to bet on that?
Yes.
So yesterday's press conference was it was Ro Khanna, Democrat from California, and Thomas Massey, Republican of Kentucky, who sponsored this thing called the discharge bill. It's kind of nerdy, like Congress bullshit, but what it means is that they want to put a bill on the floor without having to have the speaker do it. So they need enough votes to bypass the speaker to put a bill on the floor that would require the government to give every single piece of evidence they have in their investigation of Epstein and Maxwell on a public forum, right? So they'd have to post everything on the internet and just release everything, right? Not in these fucking Fugazi binders that these assholes gave to those other assholes at the White House several months ago with Pam Bondi and whatnot. So the idea that the government would not want to release this information just shows that there are people in the government who are trying to protect not victims, but actual perps in this whole thing. If everybody's clean, why don't you want to put out the information? Thomas Massey held up his phone. He showed one of the documents that had been released. Everybody on the flight logs, everybody who had visited Epstein Island is redacted. That's not there to help victims. That's here to help perpetrators, right? Now, he said, and I agree with Massey 100% on this, which is just fucking, I might strike me down now. But he said, hey, look, I don't think that the president was involved in illegal activity. I don't think, and I agree, I don't think that Donald Trump is a diddler, right? I don't believe that. Unless you show me some evidence, I'm not going to buy that, right? What I do think, and Thomas Massey said this, I think some of his donors are. I think some of his friends are. Because there are no poor people on that list. It's just rich people. I think Bill Clinton's on it. As a Democrat, I want his name out there, right? There's no reason to oppose this shit unless you're just trying to cover someone else's ass. And that's what the Trump administration and Donald Trump specifically is doing. So they had this whole rally where all the several of the victims actually spoke. And Marjorie Taylor Greene went up there and supported the idea that this information has to be out. Now, I can't stand Midge, but she's right. Like, and I don't like Massey, but he's right. That's the way it is, man. Any argument against putting out this information is just there to cover somebody's fucking ass, and it's disgusting.
All right, Rob.
What can I say that Patty hasn't said? I mean, I'm going to get my MAGA card pulled because that's how fucking MAGA is being right now. If you dare even talk about the Epstein list, if you dare even say that, you know, Trump fucking, you know, is trying to gaslight all of his fucking supporters into saying that we're stupid and we're weaklings over something that we know is true, is bullshit. So, you know what, man? I say it all the time. I voted for this man 3 times. I've bled in the street for him. I've gotten into fist fights with people over the last 10 years regularly for my support on him. But if I am not allowed to call him out for the fucking bullshit, as well as praise him for the things that he's doing good, and if you want to be extreme on one side of this and extreme on the other side of it, you can go fuck yourself. Straight the fuck up. This exists. We know it exists. He at one time said it, but you know what? Patty's right. It's either the people, he's got people that are his friends or donors, or somebody has something on him that's making him go, whoa, hold the fuck on. Because while the thing was going on, while the presser was going on, he was literally saying that it was still fucking bullshit, and it was a fucking, it was a ploy by the Democrats. This is the first time I've seen both sides come together on something in at least 10 years. This, to me, is a bipartisan issue. This is the most prolific child trafficking and child pedophilia ring in the history of the world, period.
Well, known.
No, well, known, yes. But you know what? This involves Great Britain, Prince Andrew. This involves Russian mafia, Albanian mafia. This involves Israel. Absolutely involves Israel. It involves fucking... with the United Arab Emirates, Qatar. It involves fucking Tren Agua and fucking Mexican cartels. It involves the highest level people that exist in this world are part of this pedophile ring. And they are absolutely 100% saying to him, listen, what is he? He's almost 80. The dude's not going to be around much longer. He really isn't. And that's just a fact of life. I'm not wishing him dead by any stretch of the imagination. But he's not worried about himself. Shut the fuck up, Patty. He's not worried about himself. He's like, all right, I've done it all. He's got kids and grandkids that he's got to worry about. And this is where the pressure, this is the pressure button that they're pushing on him right now. Because I can't see any other way, because he was so like fired up about it on the campaign trail, talking about Epstein and talking about all these fucking people and always telling people, listen, when I found out what he was doing, that's an admission. He knew what he was doing. That's why he kicked him out of fucking Mar-a-Lago. Now to turn around and then, you know, the consummate dick riders say, oh, well, he's playing 4 and 5D chess. Fuck you into your 4 and 5D chess.
Yeah, and it's even crazier than that, because we found out recently.
I voted for transparency.
We found out recently that Epstein actually got kicked out of Mar-a-Lago. He had his membership terminated in 2008, right? He said that Trump has said, oh, I kicked him out in 2002 or whatever. So it was after, like, it was years later, after everybody knew what was going on, that he finally kicked him out.
I don't know. That seems like semantics to me.
It wasn't over that shit. It was over some other rich guy.
Like I got into an argument with Sky Commander saying that I joined in 2016, and we go back and forth all the time about it. And it was actually 2017 when I joined. So, you know, sometimes that shit just doesn't.
Got records at the business. Like I'm just saying, what he did was he strung you guys along. He strung.
I don't think so.
All of us along, and now he's not delivering. And there's no other way to say it. Like you can't.
Well, on this subject, he's not. No, he's failing us on this.
My only question is, it seems like both of you want it both ways, and let me clarify. You know, Rob, on one hand, you acknowledge that you know he's probably, he could be blackmailed. I think that his donors are a very good analysis. They are implicated in this. And on one hand, Patty, you say you don't think he's a diddler because he hasn't had any. You haven't seen any proof, which I commend you on that. Okay, No, so my question is then, how can we have it both ways? How can we acknowledge that, okay, this is the biggest pedophile ring in the world. It involves all these powerful people, from Prince Andrew to this person, that person. Trump, Pat, which you have, Patriot Rob, which you have acknowledged, is that you bled for this guy. You fought the fucking streets for him. You voted for him 3 times. Why, only after 120 days of not getting our way, or however long it's been, of not seeing the list, which is important, which needs to come out, we
9
acknowledge
months.
that it's this big giant thing, and we've given this guy not even a whole fucking year to do anything. Now, there's other players involved. Our intelligence agency is involved. Mossad could be involved. All these people are involved, and you acknowledge that. But we want to say that this one guy who we don't think was involved in any significant way is supposed to just fix it overnight. And the fact that he doesn't, that means all the other good things he's ever done. Let's ignore him. Hold on. Let's ignore everything he's ever done for us because we haven't got our way yet. That's the line I draw. Now, in the next year or two, I'm going to join the team. I'll say fuck this and fuck that. I was lied to.
Well,
But
it's not Barry.
to acknowledge that it's this giant magnitude thing implying all these powerful people, and to just expect him to come and flick a fucking switch and just reverse it all, that's a little fucking stupid.
Wait,
Now, I get it.
Barry.
Patty's going to sit there no matter what the guy can walk on fucking water. He's going to say he can't swim. So I get
Right.
that.
No. All right. So let me.
I'd be shocked if
I have said.
come on.
I never said about the timing. What I'm pissed about is him telling us that it's a fucking hoax. He called us weaklings and stupid. We were conned. Okay, that's my fucking problem. He's talked about this fucking list for 10 fucking years. He called us weakling and stupid.
I don't think that he.
That was. Do you want me to read the fucking truth again?
You could read the truth, but I think what he meant, he's not denying that there's a list. He's not.
No, he
denying,
did. He said the Epstein list is a hoax. He said it, Enrique.
He said
Listen,
Democrats are building. And Barry,
I'm never going to take away. I'm never going to take away.
Give me the example.
Barry, he said his
where
base.
were the votes? Barry, where were the votes?
Where will what vote? Oh, for the continuing the probe.
Yes.
There was 212 Republicans against 208 Democrats that say nay. 212 Republicans voted to keep the probe going, and pretty much all Democrats voted against keeping the probe going.
Right, and
the
you know
same
why
Democrats that were in control that could have
No.
implicated anybody under the Biden administration. They could have done any of this, but were Democrats saying a word then? Fucking no.
No.
I would have just preferred. Listen, I would have just preferred Trump to not say anything at all about it. Do the investigation in the background. When they had all of it, then release it.
Yeah. Here's
This
the problem.
bullshit gaslighting fucking crap that he's doing is fucking garbage, dude. And I know you guys got.
But he's dealing with the biggest pedophile fucking ring in the world, and all Mossad's involved in all these countries and United Arab Emirates, and but fuck him for not doing it by the first year of his term.
I didn't say anything about doing it. I didn't say anything about actually doing it. I said him gaslighting us and telling us that it's a fucking hoax and that we, his base, are weaklings. That's what I have the problem with. And
While
what I said
acknowledging
was
that he's surrounded by all these dangerous
and what I
people.
said was I would rather him just shut the fuck up, not say anything about it, have Bondi and fucking Cash and fucking Bongino work in the background, get all the information, and then say, hey guys, look, here it is.
Well,
I would
then
rather him
fuck
say
me
nothing
running.
at
You
all.
should be a fucking political analyst, man. He should hire you.
There are 2 points here that need to be made before we go any further. First of all, the continuing the investigation vote, the reason that all the Republicans are voting for it, except for Massey and Boebert, and I think Massey, Boebert, and Taylor Greene, and there's one other one that I can't remember. But anyway, they're not voting for it because that's just voting to keep the investigation going ad nauseum without ever producing anything. The discharge petition that all the Democrats voted for and 4 Republicans voted for is to put it on the floor right now and say right now to the government, not next year, not fucking 5 years from now. We want all the information today. So what the Republicans are actually voting for is to string this thing out until the American people just get bored, which will happen because we have the attention span of fucking gnats at this point, right? So that's what will happen.
No, this isn't going away.
So
I think it is going to go away. And the second thing is that everything Rob said is right about the fact that he's been insulting you guys and jerking you off for years, and it's about time that you actually recognize.
I never said years.
Let me go ahead.
I said on this subject.
Let me give you my opinion on this, right? Patty, and I'm going to use you as a fact checker because you watched the press conference, I guess.
Yeah.
You had three politicians there. You had one Democrat and two Republicans, both represent all three representatives of the House.
Yeah.
You also had, and many things are happening at this place at once. There's people with signs behind that says Trump equals traitor, things like that. Which honestly, if you've ever been to DC, you got people like fucking Cat Turd and people like that are saying, "Oh well, look at the people that they're aligning themselves with." You can't stop somebody from holding a sign up. We've seen it. It's kind of like going outside of my trial. You had a Anarchy Princess with the big sign behind my attorney, and then blaming my attorney for what Anarchy Princess's poster was.
I remember
maybe if
guys
you
that
would
made
call her
a
back.
giant inflatable rat to show how much they protest.
That's what you get for fucking her and
So-
not calling her back. I don't understand the problem.
Go fuck yourself. So there's also political posturing here too, right? On both ends, from Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Listen, I don't think anybody would say that releasing all of this is a bad thing, right? Any American citizen wouldn't. But when it comes to Massey when it comes to, because this was a political stunt, right? Because what did those Epstein victims that were in the crowd, correct? The Epstein victims were in the crowd, correct?
Yeah, there was like a dozen of them.
And can you tell me if this is correct? Did those Epstein victims get on that microphone and say that we are going to create our own Epstein list?
Yes, they did.
Right? So they have those names. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So tell me why during this press conference that had a lot of media attention, why those Epstein files victims did not say any names, because there was no names.
It makes perfect sense why they wouldn't do it, right? Because if the actual court documents and the FBI, whatever paperwork that they have, doesn't come out and they accuse somebody, they're going to get hit with a libel suit. Like that's going to happen. So they have to.
Well, then you take that. I don't think that's accurate, because they'd be afraid of going into the discovery phase, and that's not going to bode well for them.
No, honestly, all this stuff has already been adjudicated, right? It's just that the names are redacted. If you go out and say this, Alan Dershowitz, for example, Alan Dershowitz molested me when I was 14 years old on Epstein Island or in his apartment in New York, then a judge says we're not going to unseal these documents. You will get sued by Alan Dershowitz for libel, for slander, for everything. That's going to happen. So if you're one of these women, and they're all like, none of these people have any money, right? These are all just, they're all in their like 30s and 40s now.
Listen, they got the support of members of Congress. I'm sure that they can find an attorney to fight them on this case.
And seriously, would you take that risk?
My point. Yes.
The system screwed you that many times. You'd take the risk.
I'd go ahead and I'd do it. And this is
the
problem that we have here is that everybody's political posturing. Everybody that has to do with the Epstein files is politically posturing, no matter what your position is on it. Right? Nobody.
It's not good for Massey. I don't think he's politically posturing. This is bad for him.
He is politically posturing, because I'm going to tell you right now. I looked it up. Okay, during the Biden administration, he tweeted about Epstein 3 times, and 2 of them weren't even directly. He did one tweet that was directly released the Epstein files, and that was in January of 2024, before the election of Donald Trump, during the first primary, first Iowa caucus. Yeah. So everybody here is politically posturing. These victims, you know what? I'm going to say it. If you have the fucking names, you got to fucking say it. There's a cost to being brave, right?
Well, it seems like they're going to, but they're going to do it together.
You had the biggest audience possible.
Oh, they'll have a massive ones once they get together and decide which names they're going to put out, or what, because I think they actually do have to talk to each other to figure out exactly who's who and who had what experience or whatever. And I'm not going to say that these women, I'm not going to demonize these fucking women, man, because they're out there putting themselves in a situation where they're going to get a lot of pushback.
They're being
crazy fucking people.
They're being half brave right now. Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, I mean, they should be all the way brave. I mean, who the fuck do you think you are? Come on, man.
Hey, listen, I'm willing to go to I'm willing to go to fucking prison for my fucking values.
Yeah, we can.
I know that, but I'm saying like these are women who have been sexually abused. It's a little different. None of us can know what that's like.
Well, E. Jean Carroll, then we could say E. Jean Carroll was super.
No, she lied.
E. Jean Carroll was a rich woman who could afford to take a hit if she lost a defamation suit. Right?
Well,
these women can't
technically.
Well, she won. She just isn't going to get any of that money ever. But whatever.
Go ahead, Rob.
And she's going to be dead in a year anyway because she's 112. So
the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. Just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself. A totally fake and made-up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Now, also, unlike Republicans, so now he's shitting on Republicans because we don't stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned they haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all of these people want to talk about with strong prodding by fake news and the success-starved Dems is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings, us, right? Yes, shut up, listen. No. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work.
Yeah.
Don't even think about talking about our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore.
Yeah. I agree with the president 100%.
That's fucking bullshit. And you know what? Bullshit. Listen, it is fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. But you know what? Listen, I'm giving you and Barry. Listen, no, there's no context. The context is that we were scammed by the Democrats into believing the Jeffrey Epstein hoax.
Yelling at me like a woman.
Listen, Rob.
That's bullshit, dude. Fuck that.
Your context is completely off.
No, it's not.
What day was that truth?
That was July 16th.
July 16th. What was the news stories on July 16th? And when we started talking about this story,
listen, I'm giving you and Barry grace because I know in his eyes, in your eyes, he can never do anything fucking wrong, and I get it.
Here. Rob, let me finish.
Not true.
What was the first thing that we started with a pretext on this? We're like, oh well, nobody's saying that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. What was happening during the time and what hoax he was talking about was people were saying, including his supporters, were saying that he was part of the Epstein list. That's
not what he said in that truth, dude.
Yes, he did.
He was responding to. That was the highlight.
That's not what he was talking.
The hoax is that he's in the Epstein files. That's what was happening during that time. People were blaming him, and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't want to release."
He said it. He said it yesterday, right? While they were actually talking and telling their stories.
People keep saying that he's in the Epstein.
None of us believe he was on the list. That's not what we're even talking about. We all know he's not on the fucking list.
Well,
that's what he's talking about.
That is not what his other supporters, his ex-supporters, as he says, his ex-supporters are saying.
Well, I'm not an ex-supporter, but
his ex-supporters are saying, hey, he's part of the Epstein list. That's why he doesn't want to release it, and that's the hoax he's talking about. He has never denied that there isn't an Epstein list. There isn't, and you don't have to back out, but it's the truth.
Being wrong feels right.
It's not wrong.
Ask Patty. He knows all about that. He does it every day.
That keeps coming around. He is not part of the Epstein list. The Epstein
That's how you know you're
yesterday and on a CNN panel in the past couple of days have said, I have never seen Donald Trump on the Epstein list. I have never seen it. I've never seen Donald Trump or Donald Trump has been mentioned in this list. That's the hoax he's talking about.
Pretend that it would matter. If he was, and I'm not saying he is, but if he was,
if Donald Trump,
you guys would just call it fake.
No, if Donald Trump was on that list and he actually did something to a child, there's nothing he can do. 100%. Nothing he could do from coming back from that. I don't give a fuck.
I don't believe. I think he could perform an abortion in the Rose Garden. It's got a nice new marble floor now. He can clean the blood up nice and easy. But
This
I think
was-
he could do that.
Well,
and
they
get
had to
away
do
with
that for all the women that were wearing heels that were sinking into the grass. Come on now.
This
You guys
was a
think about the
beautiful
women.
Nothing he
moment.
could do to lose.
This is a beautiful moment on Warboy Studio because all three of the MAGA guys here were arguing, and Patty was sitting back enjoying it, still calling us a cult.
Yeah.
I wish,
that the
I wish
fucking
they
truth?
had time to make the popcorn so I could have enjoyed it while you guys were doing that to each other.
Yeah. We're cult. We're cultish here.
No. I'm saying, look, when I say MAG is a cult, right? I'm talking about the rank and file people at events, right?
Well, you're talking about
you guys, generally speaking, step outside of that most of the time.
You're talking about people like this. I'm going to put it up on the screen.
Oh shit.
I'm going to put it up on the screen here a second. Where's my share screen button? Right here.
Why are we on purple fire today, by the way?
I don't know. I'm not really digging
All
this
right,
shit.
look. Here we go. This is a perfect example, right?
Like-
You got Cat Turd retweeting Sean Farage, right? Great job by MTG showing up at a press conference with a backdrop accusing Trump of being a pedophile. Real good. You have no control. So although I disagree with Massey because I believe he's politically posturing, I also disagree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't lose support for them, but this right here, what you're seeing is bullshit. You know, they're not going, oh, let's give you guys sign pedo 47. That's not the truth here. So this is also political posturing and being like, oh well, these two are against Trump, so you know what? Let's shoot them. Here's another tweet by Cat Turd. I don't know if it's here, but I'm going to give you the scoop on it.
Not on the screen, you know that.
Oh wait, come on, God, fuck.
Go back.
Yeah, I'm going to go
back up. It wasn't on. What is up with you today, Mr. Producer?
Usually, I'm used to StreamYard where it usually just comes up when I click it.
He's got sausage.
So right here, you got Cat Turd. You got Cat Turd tweeting, retweeting Sean Farage. Great job by MTG showing up at the press. And it's a picture of like some people holding signs saying, "Release the Epstein files, pedo 47." These are all fucking liberals that didn't give a shit about the fucking Epstein file during Biden. They didn't care about the Epstein files. Now they care because somehow Donald Trump's, and this is the hoax that the president's talking about. Now, Cat Turd yesterday posted that Thomas Massey had not tweeted at all about the Epstein files, which is a fucking lie. And he used Grok to do it. So I went ahead and I pulled up Grok and I asked him the same exact question, right? Are you guys seeing the Grok right now?
Yes.
And I asked Grok, did Thomas Massey tweet about about Epstein during the Biden administration? Yes, he tweeted about it 3 times. I think it's a low number, and I think it's fair to say that Thomas Massey did not have as an affinity for the Epstein list until Trump came in office. I think that's accurate, and these are the 3 posts, and it doesn't click it.
Do you think that's because he thought that Trump would have done something about this by now?
No,
and that he's disappointed?
I think
I'm
now.
just asking a question. I'm just throwing the question out there. I'm not saying I believe it.
No, I honestly think that he's found a niche, right? A niche support group that as soon as he tweets something, people go ahead, and it's hard to argue, right? It's hard to argue when you say, "Well, release the Epstein list," and people are saying no, right? So you find this niche, and then you drive it home because even me, when I go ahead and I post something, suddenly somebody goes down there and is like, well, you don't support the release of the Epstein list. It's complete bullshit. I want the entire list unredacted to be released, right? Because it's going to cause chaos, and that's what it merits. It merits chaos. So at this point, I want them to release the list. I just think that many politicians, including Massey, including Marjorie Taylor Greene, including people that are the small amount of people that are opposed to releasing the Epstein list, are politically posturing because they found these niche markets. So
yeah, but I don't see how that works in Kentucky for Massey. I don't see how it works in Georgia for Midge.
Because then you could be the champion. You could be the one. Oh, I wanted to release the list of pedophiles. You could posture on
let's
that.
go down the list.
And then
Let's
every
go down
time
the list
somebody
of
argues
Republicans.
with you, hold on. Let me get this point across. Every time somebody argues with you, you could pull that card out of your pull that card out of your back pocket and be like, here you go. Here's my ace. Oh, now you're against people releasing pedophiles. I mean, releasing pedophile lists, right?
Yeah.
That's
the thing is,
that's the name of the game, politics.
The fact that there's like 222 or whatever it is Republicans who voted against putting this on the floor and 4 who voted for it. It doesn't seem to me that any of those people are playing percentages. And if we can just look at all the Republicans who have stood up and said nasty shit about Trump or have just opposed him, every one of them committed political suicide, whether it's Adam Kinzinger, Mitt Romney. How many different, backbencher congressmen who said some shit, and they had a primary the next minute. Trump is already spending money, tons of money, against Massey in Kentucky, right? And he's going to get primaried from the right and most likely lose. So I just don't see how there's no percentage in it for Massey to do this if you want to keep a political career. I think he's going to lose.
He's going to lose his Senate seat. He's going to lose
and
he knows it.
And he knows it. So there's no reason to do this except that he actually believes it. You know what I mean? And
crash and burn, build a niche, and then fucking go ahead and
niche though? He's not going to
He's going to fade into obscurity after this,
That's
dude.
what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do.
But he will have his supporters that are going to be super loyal. He's going to have his own cult. He's building his own cult.
They can be loyal to him while he's fucking doing whatever the fuck.
Listen, I don't agree with Massey on probably 90% of the shit that he says or does, but in this, I truly believe. Now, see, MTG is exactly what you're talking about.
She's a grand.
Like she's the one that's building the cult. Massey, on the other hand, dude, he's literally gonna get voted out, and we're never gonna hear from him again.
No, I don't.
He's not gonna get any like choice fucking spots on Fox News or OANN or fucking.
Hell no, he burned
those. He has no charisma.
Well, here's another thing. So
unless CNN fucking picks him up.
Here's the opposite side of the coin, right?
I don't think so.
MTG's voter base is much smaller because she doesn't have a Senate seat. She has a congressional seat. So her seat is pretty safe, no matter what.
Massey's a congressman, though. He's not a senator.
I'm sorry. Congressman Massey right now in his district.
So their districts are the same.
So,
they're all 700,000 people.
So MTG has a very secure seat in Congress, right?
I would describe her seat as secure.
So I would also say that there's an opposite effect. There's an opposite effect when it comes to Massey in this. I think he crashes and burns, right, come 2026, right? He postures, goes into, but he will have that cult following. With MTG, I don't understand too much. And you know what? I'm not going to talk shit on her at all because she was a big help when it came to the J6ers. But I don't understand her posturing on this because her base is the MAGA base. Right, it is that loyal base that no matter what Trump does, they're in. Right,
so you do admit it's a cult.
No. I don't admit this. No, I did not. I don't admit.
He was talking about Massey's cults.
I'm talking about I'm talking about.
No. You just said that.
Yeah, but that cult's not going to do anything for him.
No,
it's not going to be enough.
Won't leave Midge.
Won't leave Trump. Yes, of course. There's people that won't leave Trump no matter what he does. I agree with you.
Yes,
there's people.
Yeah, we've never said that.
I've never said the opposite, but regardless of the fact is that's her base. So she's not winning any points right now because, she's and I get the dying on a hill and being, I'm taking the last stand. I get that whole thing. I understand it. In politics, I understand it completely. But that's one thing I don't understand about her in this scenario.
Maybe she really is saying what she thinks. There's a possibility. I mean,
maybe she's looking at those women that are standing behind her and go, you know what? They need justice because they haven't gotten it.
Then do you think here's a behind the scenes thing? Do you think that they were like, just say the fucking names? Do you think they're telling them to just say the names? Because that's a part to me that I'm sorry they're brave for coming out fine, right? But again, it's like saying thank you for your service, but you're an idiot, right? Say the fucking name. Say the fucking names.
It's
Say
not
the
over
people
yet.
that were involved. I guess
it's not over yet, though. You're assuming that they're not going to do it in the future, in the very near future, when one of them actually said that we are putting together a list and we're going to put it out. So if they don't do that, then I would buy your argument. But we have to wait. And you talk about waiting. Rob's made the point about like it's been 120 days, whatever. The reason
9 months.
The reason that people expect Trump to do things quickly is because he constantly promises he's going to do things quickly and then doesn't. He was going to stop the war in Russia or in Ukraine in 24 hours, whatever. And he didn't do that. He was going to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in 2 weeks. We were going to have a healthcare plan 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, fucking 8 years ago. This is why we expect him to do those things. It's not unrealistic. It's not unfair to say, Barry, you said like, oh, that's crazy to expect him to just snap his fingers and get something
But
done.
Patty, I got a question
if he
for you.
hadn't promised to do that, we wouldn't, but he did.
If he did do all of that, though, would you give him credit if he did do all that?
Obviously,
No,
no,
you wouldn't. And that's
Yes,
why
I
they
would.
say that's what, not you personally, Patty. You know what? Let me take that back. I apologize because you have been fair at times. And actually today, I think you're 2-0 with articulating very valid points. So, however, that's where you say it's a cult because the liberal media will not give this guy credit for anything.
Barry is
All
correct.
they do is focus on every little perceived
I
or
just care
fixed
about the
or
results,
bullshit
man. I don't care
narrative
what
that
the
they want to
media says.
launch. They don't give him credit for nothing. So I'm not going to focus on the few mistakes he made and try to convince me to overlap that over everything positive the guy has done. Nothing in which he gets credit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
By the Democrat. But I know that. But the Democrats
But I don't.
give him
But I'm
credit
not going
for
to shy away from
nothing.
calling him out.
Right.
But
And
these are
you
big
know what?
ticket
That's the thing. I'll shit
you're
on him
right.
when he does something stupid.
And you're absolutely
These are
right for
big-ticket
doing that
items.
because the minute we stop shitting on politicians are fucking rental cars, man. You use them, and then when you're done with them, you fucking send them back to the lot. And Trump is no different. But I'm not going to sit there and nitpick a guy who has done more for this country in his tenure as president than the last 50, 60, 70 years since Woodrow fucking Wilson. So, I mean, yeah, they focus
like
on every
Woodrow
little
Wilson?
mishap, mistake, and never give him credit for all the amazing things he do. I think what separates MAGA is we're not going to join that shit show.
I'm not joining either side of that shit show. I'm staying right in the fucking middle. When he does something good, I'm going to fucking praise him. When he does something stupid, I'm going to call him out.
I
That's
think
just
it's
that.
Logical.
I think it's completely fair to criticize him for not having gotten these things done in a quick time frame because he promised it. It's one thing to say, "Hey, I'm going to fix the situation in Russia and Ukraine. I'm going to fix the situation with the Israeli and Palestinians. I'm going to get immigration." He couldn't just say that during the campaign. He had to say, "I'm going to do it in a week. I'm going to do it in 24 hours, in 2 weeks, and all this stuff," and did none of those fucking things.
But
So
the truth of that, the truth of the matter isn't with that is it's and none of us here can deny this. None of us. It's his ego
yes,
because he thinks he's capable of doing these things when he doesn't. Listen. His first term, he didn't really know global politics. He had no idea how to run the country. We know this. We thought going into this time that he had learned from his mistakes of the first administration. The first time he was a president, and he honestly thought. Again, this is ego, not because he has experience in doing this, but his ego was like, you know what, I'm coming in and I'm doing this. And he found out rather quick that it's not going to happen in 24 hours. And he was probably like, shit. But here's the thing. I'll shit on him for that. But he's been consistently working on it because he wants an end to that war. And he's willing to meet with Putin and he's willing to meet with Zelensky. He's willing to do whatever it takes to stop the fucking war. So I am going to give him credit for that. I'll shit on him for being an asshole and saying, "Oh, I'll stop in 24 hours," because that's just fucking narcissistic bullshit.
Reno says that I never really need an excuse to shit on someone. I don't know if he's talking figuratively. This is like a Cleveland Steamer.
No.
It's a valid question that should be asked, Patty. Though I would like some clarity on that.
And does he go Cleveland Steamer or Brooklyn Steamer?
Listen.
It's a different situation.
I can see. Unfortunately.
I can see Reno randomly running up and shitting on someone and running away.
But is it chest or face? That's the problem.
Yeah, no, I don't even think I want him to answer that. Please, I don't even want him to answer that. just let's not do that.
We had the Brooklyn Brawler the other day. Now we might have the Brooklyn Steamer. That's a downward slope right there. I gotta say.
That dude's awesome, by the way.
Right, let's start wrapping here. We're at
Fat boys.
We're at 14:23. You guys are seriously not going to be able to eject me before we're done. That's a sad state of affairs. You guys got to do better than this.
Oh my God, Reno.
Come on, man. For coverage.
All right. Okay. Anything? Do you guys got anything coming up?
I have a call today with a gentleman named Chris Feistel. I think that's how his Feistel. He's so you would know if you watch the show Narcos, you would know that his character is the guy that took down Pablo Escobar.
Okay.
He wrote a book, and he's going to be my guest. So I'm going to have a call with him today, and I'm going to be booking him as my next guest,
Okay,
which is going to be
cool.
really fucking cool, talking about how they took down fucking Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, I'm guessing he had to do some reading before he played the role.
No, not the guy who played the role. I'm just talking about the guy who played the DEA agent in.
Yeah.
But the real life guy, the guy that actually took him down, is going to be my guest. The DEA
awesome.
agent. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, a DEA agent. How pleasant.
Yeah. But listen, he's retired, and he wrote a book, and
Ask
I'm
him
reading the
about
book now.
bombing. Ask him about drone bombing. Fucking.
I'm going to ask him what he thinks of that. Absolutely. That'll definitely be one of my questions.
Barry, what do you got coming up?
No, just check out the new store. 1776.shop is launched. And of course, the American Rising store has all the better t-shirts. So make sure you go on over to that one. Make sure you will offend your liberal neighbor every time you wear it. And we'll go from there. But other than that, man, absolutely nothing.
The Critical Mass store is live too. Just to let you guys know.
I got this shirt that says Democrats fucking eat children coming out. So if you're
You got to send me one of those fucking things too.
if you're anti fucking Epstein, it's a perfect shirt to wear. It probably won't be on the store, so DM me and we'll go through there.
Why not? Put it on the fucking store. Man the fuck up.
No, it's not man the fuck up. It's that we won't have a store to fucking be promoting if I probably. So, Patty, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you a question though. What did Christy Yamaguchi do that you need to have a?
This actually, I got to bring back this shirt.
I never thought of that. That's funny.
I mean, I thought you were critical of her program in the 1992 Olympics or whatever, but whatever. It's,
Yamaguchi did nothing wrong. Fucking putting
No.
fucking katana swords through socialists is always a good thing.
She
Is the
didn't do anything
is the Pinochet did nothing wrong shirt back yet?
I actually asked Barry. I just sent some prints in, so I'll probably be bringing back the Pinochet did nothing wrong shirt also.
And there is a really, really good Pinochet shirt on the American Rising store on 1776.shop.
But it's not the classic.
It's not, but it's classy. It's a banger.
And actually, I just thought of a hat that goes with the Pinochet did nothing wrong shirt, so we'll be putting that up soon too.
You can get all your fatigued merchandise in case you're fatigued of things.
Liberals.
I didn't have my
Yes.
I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't. I thought it said fingered, like it's small.
I always thought it
Like,
said fatagood, but it's that community college dropout education I got.
Hey, I don't want to put a stigmata on you. So,
Thank you for not doing that.
yeah.
My
And
holiest
then-
friend.
On my end, go ahead and go to my pinned post. We are going to have on Monday, next Monday, we're going to have an auction. It's called the J6 Giving Back Auction, and we're going to do it about every 2 weeks. This first one is for a couple. It's for Deb and Flip. They do a lot of woodwork, and they got this. I don't know what you call it. I'm not an art guy. You have this wood piece of art plaque that's signed by a lot of J6ers, including Owen Schroyer, on the plaque, and we're going to be auctioning that off live on Twitter and Rumble. So please check out that post, and I'll be scheduling the space and the live session shortly after.
I'm gonna
Okay.
buy it so I can set it on fire.
As long as you
fine.
buy it, we don't care what
Fine,
you do
yeah.
with it, but just buy it. It's about the money. It's really not too much about the actual piece, and we're also going to be doing historic pieces moving forward. Unfortunately, we can't sell pieces that came directly from the Capitol, or else we'd be offering that. It'd be great. But thank
DM
you
me. I
guys.
have a couple.
What's the statute of limitations on some shit like that?
I don't know, but I don't want to find out for Barry's sake.
Yeah. None of you
I
guys know
actually,
right
I
now.
think somebody's banging at my front door right now. I should go check it. Probably won't be on the stream tomorrow, guys.
All right.
We're gonna have to do a give send go for Barry and start selling some shit from the Capitol just to get him out of jail for selling shit from the Capitol.
and then full fucking reverse effect right there. You would probably need bail money for that. But thank you guys for joining the news brief today with me, Barry, Patty, and Rob. Check us out. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Support us at 1776.shop.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
An FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are.